Welcome everyone, this is Katie. Today's topic is prime factorization. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some examples. So let's say we have a 228 and when the question says find the prime factorization of 228, that means you're going to find a product of prime factors of 228 and we're going to write that in array of prime factors. So it's actually easier to do it with example, to explain it with examples. So before we start, let's go over some definitions. So prime factors. What is a prime factors? So prime factors are the numbers that factors aren't prime numbers. But what is the prime numbers? Prime numbers are like 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and the list goes on. And these numbers are special numbers because they have exactly two positive integer factors, 1 and itself. So for example, 2, the factors of 2 are 1 and 2. None of the other numbers will divide a 2. 3, it has the factors 1 and 3. 5 has 1 and 5. 7 has 1 and 7. 11 has 1 and 11. Those are the only factors that can divide these prime numbers. So that's why we have the special name for those numbers, prime numbers. So what we're trying to do is find the factors of 228, for example, and of those factors, we're trying to find only the ones that are prime numbers. So let's try that using this one. So usually I start by dividing the given number by the first prime number, which is 2. So we're going to divide 228 by the first smallest prime number, which is 2. And we know that this 228 will be divisible by 2 because it's a trick, a little trick that you can use or remember. The last digit, if it is the even number, then we know that it will be divisible by 2. So there will be a factor 2 in this case. So if you're using calculator, please do so, but you can simply divide that by 2. So it will be 114. And you keep divide that number, the new number, by the prime numbers. So let's try divided by 2 again. We're going to keep dividing by 2 until we can't. So 114 will be also an even number because the last digit is even. So we definitely know that it will be divisible by 2. So this case will be 114 divided by 2 will be 57. And let's do one more. 57. The last digit is not even, so 57 is not an even number. So let's move on to the next prime number, which is 3. So let's try that divided by 3. 57 divided by 3 is, using my calculator, it will be 19. So 19, we got 3 and 19 as the factors of 57, and 19 is also another prime number, so we can stop right there, and that's done for our prime factorization using factor tree. And last step is to write the given number as the product of these numbers that we got, 2, 2, 3, and 19. So let's write that. So when the question on your quiz or test or homework, when the question says write the prime factorization of a given number, you do not stop at this point. You have to write the answer as in this form. 228 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3 times 19 as a product form. Okay, You can also write it in exponential form, which means if you have the same prime factor more than one time, then multiple times, then we can write it as 2 squared times 3 times 19. So that's another form of the answer. Or if you like to use the dot as the multiplication instead the cross sign, then you can do that too by writing in this form. So these are all same answer, and they're just in a different form. So let's try a few more examples. Example 2. This time let's try 189. Okay, 189 is not an even number because this one is not an even. So 9 is not an even, so that means we won't be able to divide 189 by 2. So let's move on to the next prime number, which is 3. So let's try dividing 189 by 3. So 18 has 6 3s, so that will be 63. Okay, so 63 is also divisible by 3. It will give us the 21. Let's divide 21 by another 3. That will be 3 times 7. Oh, the 7 is a prime number, so we can stop our divisions at that point. And we got all the prime factors, which are 3, 3, 3, and 7. Okay, so answer for 189 in prime factorization form, that will be 3 times 3 times 3 times 7, and you can write it as 3 cubed times 7, or 3 cubed multiplication 7 with that symbol. Okay, that was pretty simple. Let's move on to the next one. Let's try 300. Okay, so 300, there are multiple ways to try this question because there are 2 zeros at the end. So if you like, you can just do 3 times 100, and then you can do 10 times 10, 2 times 5, and 2 times 5 in that order. Then you can write that in descending order in prime factors, and you still get the right answer. So 300, 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 times 5, and write it as 2 squared times 3 times 5 squared. Or if you like, you can do this question using the same steps that I used in the previous examples, which is 300, and then start from the smallest prime factor, which is 2, and then keep dividing until you can't. So that will be 150, 2 times 75. Let's try the next prime factor, which is 3, 25, and then 5 times 5. So you still get the same prime factors. But personally, I like this one better because it gives us the order of the prime factors that we're going to write in the answer. So you don't have to go back and forth to figure out which one is the smallest and which one is the biggest, and so on. So, but if you like to use this method, then you're welcome to use that. But this is more standard because it will work for every single type of questions that you may have on the test or quiz. Okay, so these are the questions that I have for today. So one might have a question, when are we going to use prime factorization in other part of the mathematics? The answer is you will have to use the prime factorization in the sections like finding simplest or reduced radicals. For example, simplifying radicals. Simplifying radicals means reducing roots. You can also use prime factorizations to find GCF, LCM. So the list goes on. So maybe in the future, maybe we can do some examples simplifying radicals and GCF and LCM using the prime factorizations. So that's it for today, and thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.